Your way or God's way? Welcome to Seeking God with Leah Klein, Health and Wholeness Coach. Our verses for today are Psalm 37, 3 through 5, one of my favorites. Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and befriend faithfulness. Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust in him, and he will act. Are you leaning on God and trusting him? Are you letting him be the source and what you rely on? Or are you getting wrapped up in the world and the things going on around you and letting worry sink in? And worry is the opposite of trusting God. When you trust God, you're relying on him to work everything out. Romans 8:28. He has promised that everything is for our ultimate good. And so even when the news depresses us and we don't really want to focus on it, at least if we want to have a healthy mental state, what we can look at and what we can rely on is God. Because he is in control. He has asked us to trust him. What are we called to do? We're called to do good, dwell in the land, which means, yes, do what you can when you can to better good things and being a Christian influence. Befriend faithfulness. That's like steadfastness. It means that you are trusting in your faithful God. And you're not letting everything that's happening around you blow you off course. And frequently our second verse gets taken out of context, or we don't focus on the first part of the verse. We focus on the last part of the verse and on him giving us the desires of our heart. But if you're not delighting in him and allowing him to influence what you're desiring, you may be desiring the wrong things. And he's not going to answer that prayer. If he knows that what you're desiring is the worst possible thing for you, or at least in this moment, he is not going to give it to you. And so the key is delighting in him. If you are close to him, then what you will desire will be his desire. And the way in which you go will be the way he wants you to go. And when you can commit your way, commit your path forward to him, and trust him to work it out and show you where you need to do something, leave the action to him. He is the one that is in charge of how. And when he needs you to do something in particular, he will tell you. But sometimes we need to let him take the action and just ask, God, show me your way. Show me the path you want me to take. Show me if there's something you want me to do to change the situation around me, or is this something that is beyond my control and is God's department? So if you're having any trouble hearing from God and not getting clear on, what he's telling you to do going forward, I want to encourage you to reach out to me, schedule a time to talk. I would love to share more about, personal retreats with you and how I can show you how to do that and spend quality one-on-one time with God in such a way that you can get clear on your path forward, and you can have a tool that you can use anytime that you're feeling stressed or too busy or just so wiped that you need to reconnect with God, who is your strength. So schedule a time to talk with me, and I'd be happy to tell you a little more about that. So let's wrap up our time with praise to the Lord, the Almighty. And if you know it, feel free to sing along. If you don't, feel free to just listen. Praise to the Lord, the Almighty, the King of creation. O my soul, praise him, for he is your health and salvation. Come, all ye who hear, now to his temple draw near, joining in glad adoration. Praise to the Lord, who o'er all things so wondrously reigneth. Shelters thee under his wings, yea, so gently sustaineth. Hast thou not seen all thy desires have been granted in what he ordaineth? Praise to the Lord, who will prosper thy work and defend thee. Surely his goodness and mercy here daily attend thee. Ponder anew what the Almighty can do, if with his love he befriend you. And feel free to reach out if you want to learn more about retreats and how to do them. And I will see you next week with another verse. See you then.